Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back into another video, and another teaser just came out. Now, this teaser just came out on the Paladins Latin page, so you might right now, as you're seeing this video, probably going into the Paladins official channel, and you're like, wait, how? It's not even there yet. Well, because sometimes they do this. I don't know exactly why the reason is for this. Maybe they have different time schedules or something. I don't know. Or they don't care. But basically, they published this. Now, I'm not going to publish this on because it's just extremely loud and just like a little girl's... well, I'm talking to you guys. Basically, this is in Spanish, obviously, and this is the translation, but I can translate it myself because I'm Portuguese, if you didn't know that. Life and death are not so different because because what is alive can die in one breath, and what is dead can be revived. The only requirement is your heart. So let me see if it actually translated as good as I said. Life and death are not so different because what is alive can die in a breath, and what is dead could be resurrected. Okay, all that is required is some heart. Okay, yeah, it's pretty close. Now, I have here a question for you guys. What is this? In case you haven't noticed here, on the side we get to see the mask that we saw on one of the teasers, a teaser of yesterday. This is the same mask. And remember that I said there's like a keyhole on the right, like right there in the middle. But this means that there is some sort of a thing that is required to open this box. Now, what exactly is inside of the box? It's a little hard. We get to see that towards the end. Pretty much here. I can just play and pause it. There it is. And there's a heart inside. So I don't know exactly what this champion... I'm going to be serious. I'm from the AC, as you guys know, and I get to see some of the stuff before time. Now, I've seen the visual of this champion. However, I do not know her kit yet, 100%. I don't even know her story entirely. I don't think I know much more than what you guys know, to be honest. I mean, besides the visual, right? Okay, and maybe like potentially just some of her recolors or whatever. Like, you know, that's standard stuff. Like, but... For example, we saw Thunderbrush saying that it's not going to be a gun, right? That it's going to be also not a melee weapon. So what exactly could it be? Could it be this box? Could this box be something similar to what Corvus has, where he has a dagger and then a pistol, and maybe she can use her hands to do something with blood or something, whatever, because she mentions a lot about blood, but the only thing we see here is actually just a box opening up, which reminds me a lot of Dead by Daylight, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, although there's a bit difference here, but we'll talk about that in a bit. And then there's a heart. It sounds like a physical, like, I don't know, a glass heart, right? But we don't get to see any blood here. But on the first card, we do get to see blood coming out of behind the mask. So I don't know exactly why that is. I mean, we can see the mask here. And if we go back, and you give me just a second here, I'm gonna open the page. Okay, and here it is. This is the same mask, as you can see, right? This is the exact same mask without, you know, any mistake that it is. And here we get to see blood coming out of the eyes. Now, what I think that they did here is that they erased here the line that it shows there, that like there where the box splits open. And okay, the key could be that. Now, what she could do, however, maybe it's like a key made out of blood. Maybe you need magic like what happens on the last Avatar, where you have to bend blood, and maybe she can do that. She bends blood, creates a key, and opens the box. Maybe this box is only able to be opened by specific people, and maybe this is related to that. Maybe she has been able to brought somebody back from the dead. Maybe she will become that person who will be brought from the dead. Maybe her heart is inside of this box so she can remain alive. I mean, there's so many theories as to this, and I love this type of theme and this type of lore, you know. I just really, really hope that they are going to explore the lore to this champion to the fullest, because it sounds so cool. Also, a little thing that I noticed here is that if you go into the teaser that they did yesterday, this reminds me a little bit of it reminds me of a little bit of Ram Royale. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but in Ram Royale there's a portion of the map where there's like these cathedrals with like some graveyards, etc. And it just reminds me of that. You know, there's even giant spiders going around and stuff. It's very cool. But I'm still convinced that yes, there should be some sort of an ability with these little bats going over, and she maybe control bats, like similar to, again, to DVD. I don't know why I'm using so many DVD references. It's funny. But DVD, for example, there's one character that can control like crows, and it tells them to go in specific directions and releases them, and then they'll just be annoying the survivors. It could be something similar to that. It would be really cool. And maybe this is some sort of an add-on. Maybe she holds it with her hand like a weapon, and then she uses her other hand to do some other stuff. Or maybe she just uses the weapon, like, for example, Ying uses the mirror. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Ying's mirror also, like, opens up entirely to reload. Maybe that's it. Maybe she uses the box to attack. You know, you see here... I'm serious. I haven't seen how this works. I don't know if this is exactly her weapon or how it works. Why does it open? What is this related to her? It may just be like something related to lore instead. And you see here this little crystal, right? Like this could be the place where it attacks from, right? But I'm guessing more that this would be facing her probably, because it would make more sense. I mean, it's so aesthetically pleasing to see that I doubted that they would do something like that. I mean, it has the crystal on top as well. Oh, there's two crystals. One, oh, it's like a little crown thing on for the mask. Okay, like a horn on top of the mask. Also, some people did mention, I don't know if they mentioned it as a joke or not, but they mentioned like a robot when they saw the mask on the first teaser. I would say more like an Iron Maiden, you know, the Iron Maiden skin we have right now, than that. But yeah, sure, why not? But other than that, yeah, no, we see some hearts here, which another reference to heart, putting the heart into it. I'm guessing that you have to sacrifice your own heart and become like a undead in order to revive somebody. And then your heart now just becomes this object and can never be brought back to you unless you maybe like sacrifice the person you revived. I mean, that would be sand. Ooh, maybe she actually has to sacrifice her own life to revive somebody. Ooh, or maybe like a portion of her HP. That would be awesome. I really want to see. Like maybe her kit revolves about like sacrificing part of her, like her HP or something, to revive others or just to heal them. That would be fantastic. But maybe that would mean that she would have to be a support. But there is no reference yet to what she could be. She could still be a tank. There's people actually going on the comments. I saw it yesterday. People going like, hey, what do you mean? Like, why is there a guy just going on the comments saying she's the tank when clearly she doesn't look like a tank? She could be a tank. I mean, Iron Maiden, we have an Iron Maiden skin. And I also saw references. Actually, today on stream, some people were constantly just mentioning Corvus. For the love of God, guys, it's a skin that Corvus has a vampire. Doesn't make it, like, it doesn't mean she's connected to him. I don't even know if she is. Maybe, like, it could be a huge coincidence, but seriously, are we really going to enter this type of theory just because Corvus has a vampire skin? Vivian also has a vampire skin, son. Where's the reference to that? She could be her sister. It doesn't make any sense. She is by default, with no skins, no nothing, supposed to be related to blood, undead, or whatever, right? Like contraptions, Iron Maiden, whatever you want to call it, sure. But in no way in hell does Corvus has anything to do with that. Corvus has to do with the Abyss. He's part of the Magistrate, and he has explored the abyssal magic with his dagger and stuff. And he ended up summoning an abyssal lord. None of this relates to the undead. I mean, yes, you could say, okay, but Ram is from the Abyss, so therefore undead. Yeah, sure, but like the Abyss is more usually related to like purple color. This one is more red. This is more like blood. I'm guessing this is actually related to vampires or something like that. That would be extremely cool. But I'm also still curious as to see what's going to happen with Vora in the future. We'll see. Because Vora just like, Yagarath got sealed. Yazan just went away. Leon now controls the realm. But where is Vora? What happened to Vora? You know? That's what I mean. If we're going to continue the story and Vora just ends up vanishing, I'm just like, wait. Seriously? We're just going to leave that outside? This is one of the things I also want to bring up in the next AC meeting that I'm going to be looking into. Like the lore of the older champions and stuff. Like champions that were already passed by us. Why are not they getting a little bit of love? Because some of them are being referenced in some of the cinematics for the release of these champions. Like, for example, Sky on the Sadi cinematic. But, like, in Bomb King. But there's no story to it. There's literally no lore to it. Sky, for example, is just there. She knew Sadi, apparently. Congrats, that's it. There's no more story to Sky. You see what I'm saying? So I really wanted to see if they are willing to do some extra work, like little lore texts, better bios, extra, now, you know, just like unlocks to extra lore to these champions. I don't know, whatever they want to do. But that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see what you guys are going to tell me that this is. Okay, so feel free to go down in the comments below. Do you think this is going to be something she's going to use? Do you think this is just her weapon? Or do you think this is related to her lore? I'm guessing because it's in the cards, it probably is a bit more than just a reference. So it might be something that she could possibly use. It could be her ultimate. This could be her ultimate. Like, you know, she's talking about undeads and stuff. So I'm guessing that this is going to be something related to a support champion. I mean, it could be a damage champion. It is possible to be a damage champion. Maybe she uses blood magic and she can revive herself. Maybe she can take the life of an enemy with her ultimate. I don't know. I'm really curious. I still don't know her kit, and I'm actually as curious as you guys are. So please, by all means, hit those comments down below. All right, I'm going to go now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful time, and bye-bye.